like getting up and bed, like, Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Melanie from Mel's Board Game Room, and I have
Dave from the roundhole.ca.
And we are live on location at FallCon 38, and we are sitting down with Roberto Panetta, and he's going to be talking about his newly kickstarted game, Gems of Iridescia. Now, you have an amazing looking booth, I got to say, and it's right across from here, and the artwork is beautiful.
Thank you.
So distribution is just happening with this game here, so it should be arriving in Canada today.
Today is my shipment's supposed to arrive in Montreal today. So as soon as I can get it released from the port and delivered to me, I can start shipping it out to backers in Canada. Whereas other regions have already started fulfilling. So being a Canadian designer is very frustrating that Canada will be the last people getting my game.
No kidding. With some things you just cannot all control.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So before we talk about your game, let's talk a bit about you. Like, how
Sure.
did you get into the board gaming hobby to begin with?
Yeah, so I guess the long version of the story is that I studied design for 7 years. And when I was studying design at both CEGEP and university, at the time, I really wanted to go into the video game industry. I was passionate about video games and I love play.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very important that adults play, whether it's video games, whether it's board games. I love Lego. I'm a Lego nerd as well. So anyways, I studied design. And then after I finished university, I accepted a job at a refrigeration company just because I wanted to get experience, so that I can do something I want to do. And I started doing that, and it turned into a 17-year detour.
Okay, right.
So I worked at that company for 17 years. So obviously kind of missed the boat of my video game career that I had intended for myself in my youth. And then, to be honest, I started struggling with mental health.
Yeah.
And I started seeking help for that. And through therapy, I learned that part of the reason why I was struggling and unhappy is because I was a creative person who wanted to do creative things. And I had put myself in a career for 17 years where I was doing something that, not that I hated my job, it's not what I was passionate about.
Right.
I mean, selling fridges is not what I wanted to be doing.
No, really? You didn't dream of that as a kid?
No. And then I decided I had just started playing board games I had always played board games, but I just started playing more serious board games. And I realized that a lot of the skills I had learned throughout my career and my life in school and stuff, I'm like, hey, I think I could design a board game. And I just started working on it and then play tested it. I'm like, oh, there's something here. And then it's just kept pushing through and going. And yeah, 3 years later,
nice.
Here I am.
So how was the process? So like designing the games, getting it to this version that is ready, like what all did you have to do?
Yeah, so start just by making like a really rough prototype, like most board games start as, and then just start getting it in front of people. Those people make you cry, and then you and then you make changes to it, and then you think you have everything right, and then they make you cry again, and then you just keep doing that until you stop crying, and then it's like, hey, I think I'm ready now.
Sounds like a great hobby.
Yeah.
Just be prepared when it gets out. And somebody goes, and makes you cry again.
Well, the reality is I always say, like, for the most part, I don't believe there's anything as a bad game. Obviously, there are exceptions to that. But I think no game is for everyone, but every game is for someone. So, like, when designing a game, one of the important things is realizing that not everybody's going to like your game, and don't try to make changes to tailor your game to people that don't like your game. Instead, find the audience that likes your game and elevate their experience and focus on making, optimizing that experience. Find your people, find your niche, and then,
make it work for them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it sounds like the original design and this final one changed a bit.
Oh yeah, I'll send you some pictures of version one.
Yes, I want to see. That'd be great. Perfect. So how was the process of going through the Kickstarter?
It's very, at first it's very scary. And I'd say there's a lot of things to look at, a lot of things to consider. I think the biggest thing is to try to not get analysis paralysis and try to just focus on one step at a time. And so like, you know, I spoke to so many other creators, designers, publishers, you know, and just network and learn from people, learn from other people's mistakes, and try to kind of, you know, carve your path out that way. So like the first thing that I was told by a friend who did a Kickstarter, he's like, have you started collecting emails yet? I'm like, no. He's like, start collecting emails. If you just have like one image that represents your game and like a web page where people can sign up for your newsletter, then when anyone tries your game or playtests your game, collect that email and start building kind of your following that way organically.
Yeah. And how did, I mean, obviously it's a published game now. Yeah. So how did it do on Kickstarter?
Did really well. We did about 1,300 backers.
Nice.
So that kind of gave me what I needed to produce the game, produce additional inventory, and then get it sold into retail and distribution, and that type of thing. So yeah, it's been exciting. So overall, we printed just under 5,000 copies.
Perfect. Then you're saying like Canada's the last one. So where else is it going in the world?
It's going everywhere. So like Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, UK, North America. Not so much in South America. I'd say that's like the one region where I don't have like a lot of backers. I don't know if there's just not a big Kickstarter market or what.
Right.
But yeah, but pretty much worldwide.
Wonderful. That's kind of like, it's kind of neat to think like, when you first got started, did you think it would be like all so widespread?
No, and it was really exciting. Like the day that it started shipping out to the fulfillment partners in Asia, I was just like, look at my wife and kids. I'm like, it's so cool that like right now somebody is playing my game in Japan, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, in Thailand, in India. You know what I mean? Like it's just, for me, that's a bit of a like
no kidding. That's so exciting. And you have founded Rockstone and Dice.
Yes.
And you're self-published your game, correct? Now, how was that process?
So interestingly, in that other 17-year career that I had, I learned a lot about manufacturing, logistics, you know, shipping, taxes, duties, all that type of stuff, working with manufacturers overseas, print production. So in reality, even though it's like this 17-year detour in something I didn't really want to do, all of that experience and skill that I learned there was very attributable to this project, because a lot of designers or self-publishers that I meet, all that stuff scares the heck out of them because they've never done that part of it. So like, that's why a lot of designers will always, you know, pitch their games to other publishers and just have a publisher kind of make the game for them.
Right.
But I was very lucky that I had the experience to kind of push through some of those challenges.
That helps. Then that's nice because like, I guess from what it sounds, soul crushing as those years were for you, it really set you up to thrive now.
Exactly.
In a line that's more towards what you really wanted to do.
Yeah,
and we all get to benefit from it.
As a company, do you have plans going forward beyond this game? Are you going to maybe work with other designers and publish other people's games?
Yeah, so actually I have got 2 other games in development. One of them is actually a co-design with another designer.
Nice.
And then I've also really start to look at publishing other people's games as well, like for other independent designers. However, I wanted to at least get this one like past the finish line before I take on something like that.
Fair.
But also like when I look at a game after making this one, I've learned that like I have to love this game like it is my own child if I'm going to publish it, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time and a lot of emotion, a lot of energy with it. So it's like, if I do publish someone else's game, it has to be something that I'm just like floored by.
Right. No, it makes sense, right? You want to have that same love
passion
for it, right? Yeah. To be able to provide the same for it. Now, tell us more about Gems of Iridescia.
Yeah. So the inspiration behind Gems of Iridescia, probably one of my favorite games, is Lost Ruins of Arnak. I don't know if you're familiar with that game.
Yes.
But in that game, essentially, you're exploring campsites. So you reveal a campsite or I think they're called campsites. And then when you reveal it, there's some resources. And then you're using those resources to kind of climb up a research track or spend them to buy cards and things like that. So in my game, I thought it would be cool if you flipped over a tile. Under that tile, there was a resource, but that resource is tied to a dynamic market that's affected by player actions. So in the game, you're flipping over tiles. There's gems under those tiles, but the value of those gems is tied to a 6-sided die. So there's 4 different gems, 4 different dice, and you're constantly playing with those values and manipulating those values, which affect your game, but everyone else's game as well. So there's a lot of kind of market manipulation, exploration. You're using those gems to restore relics in a set collection type of thing. So you're trading in gems to get royalty points. collecting relics of different types to make sets, get bonus points. So a lot of different ways to score, a lot of different paths to victory. Yeah.
And I like that. I like games that have like multiple ways of winning, because then you can play the game and have a whole different feel. If you I'm going to try it this way this time,
Exactly.
right? So now I want to open the box.
Please do,
Because I had a peek. Now, Dave, you haven't seen
I haven't
yet,
seen this yet.
and I squealed. So let me open it and then show you.
Ooh, these are nice.
Right, like so. And now let's show you. So we got the player board, I'm understanding.
Yep.
And they're recessed. So you have the thing so it fills and it's not just going to move around. You have the most amazing containers here, and it comes out. There's lids, because I'm a vertical store. My games go on vertical. It's not going anywhere. I hope more and more games. Oh, I didn't even see this. Hold on. Let me show you this. Now, this is the iridescent edition.
Correct, but both versions of the game have the trays inside. The only difference is the iridescent edition has the nice colorful one, whereas the standard edition has the black trays.
Look, I don't know if you guys can see there, but the shimmer. These components are beautiful. And then metal coins in here.
Yeah, the metal coins are an add-on, but yeah, that's what I use for when I teach the game, because they're nice. They have a nice feel to them.
Shiny.
There's just something that's so satisfying with like that clinky of metal coins. And the artwork is stunning. So now you had an illustrator.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out to Sarah Frieds Conlin. She's actually a German illustrator who now resides in Vermont, and she has been a joy to work with. I really look forward to working with her on future projects. We're definitely going to continue to collaborate together, because I just love working with her.
Well, it's an amazing looking game.
Thank you.
And I haven't had the chance to play it yet, but some of my gaming friends this weekend have been playing it, and it came back. One of the compliment I guess I got from the game was that it was a fairly easy game to learn. And she says it was great because you didn't have to go back to the rule book after you learned how to play the game, but it was still really deep and thinky.
Yeah.
And it was very satisfying play. So she was really impressed with it. And now you've been doing demos all weekend here. You have one coming up in about 20 minutes. How's the feedback been for you?
It's been great. So back in Montreal, we have a local meetup group that I'm a part of, and I'm one of the hosts. So a lot of events, I'm often teaching games. And sometimes at a table, you're going to have a lot of new players, you're going to have a lot of experienced players and people of varying degrees. So I wanted to make a game that was easy enough to learn, that a newer or less experienced player can learn the game and play, but more experienced players at the table can also have fun playing. So they're going to see kind of the layers of strategy, or like have fun with the market manipulation aspect of the game, or figure out how to combo certain cards together and pull off really cool turns and things like that. So kind of a game that's easy to learn but has a depth of strategy was like really one of the goals. And also the way I designed the game, we kind of ease you into the gameplay. Going back to the idea of video games, a lot of my favorite video games, you start off the game doing some sort of like tutorial where you're kind of playing the game, but it's kind of helping you along. So you're learning key concepts. So I try to ease people into the game that way. So then by their second or third turn, they're like, oh yeah, they're rocking now. And they're kind of like, oh, now I've got more money. I've got more resources. Oh, look, that card's available now. Now I can pull off these things. So yeah.
Wonderful. Well, you did a really great game. Now, so if somebody has not kickstarted it, it sounds like you had some retailer copies going out. Is there any locations that they could purchase the game?
Yeah, if you go to my website, rockstoneanddice.com, I actually did a store locator. So you can actually find retail stores that will be carrying physical copies. Then a lot of the online retailers are also carrying it as well. Or you can order it directly from me at rockstoneanddice.com.
Wonderful. Well. So it's an amazing looking game. Congratulations.
Really? Thank you.
This is your first published game. So
it is.
And it's a beautiful game. So congratulations. I really appreciate you joining us today. I know you got a game demo coming up, so I guess we'll call it quits. We have your BBG link for your game in the description, as well as Rockstone and Dice website there as well. So be sure to check it out. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to add?
No, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I may not have squeaked verbally, but I certainly
Internally was there.
I like this.
Thank you.
It's shiny. shiny.
It's a
shiny.
beautiful game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many games that come out all the time that you really need to try to stand out on the table to catch people's eyes and
Yeah.
kind of, hey, what is that? Like,
You know what?
definitely
Bling
seen
does it for me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
good. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Bye.